A man have to be with you?
Money.
So how much money a week does he spend on you?
He ain't spent nothing yet, but he having that shit.
So why are you still with him if he not spending it on you?
Oh, it's coming.
She got hope.
How many times a week do you think I work out if I do work out? Or you can say you don't think I work out at all.
I don't think you.
Great.
I don't think you work.
I have a personal trainer. Great. I have a personal trainer. I go to the gym 5 times a week. I can bench and lift and do all the fun things up to 200, 220
Just
pounds.
curious, when did you start? Like, when did you
I've been working out my whole life. And sometimes I do it to lose weight. Sometimes I do it just to be strong. I have 6 godchildren, and they don't care how I look. They just care if I can keep up with them. They quite love my stomach. They think it's fun. They think it's the cutest thing. My little goddaughter looks in the mirror. You look at them and you just immediately assume they don't work out, when in reality, I could probably run past these 3 ladies on a track right now. I can
Oh, hell no, man. What the man? Get your ass on, boy.
You married the girl that one of your homies done with. Now tell me I'm lying. You married the girl. You know, one day, these guys running a train. First 3 guys go up there, come down in about 10 minutes. One of the homies up there, 30 minutes with them. And then when he come down, everybody like, damn, what took you all day with the... You know what he said? Hey, man, don't talk about her like that.
Hilarious.
You fell in love. You fell in love with one of your homies through with.
So a guy here in the comments says, facts. It happened to me when I was 13 years old. I moved to Detroit. One day my crew had a girl over who they were running a train on. They called me over and you know the rest. Lived in a gang-infested area and was walking home from school. The girl came behind me and stuck a knife in my back out of the bushes. She was playing, but it did scare the mess out of me. We went to my house and I had her all to myself that day. I wanted her to be my girlfriend. I would spend my time with her, the money that I made selling candy at school, and my crew knew nothing about it. One day, one day, my crew called me over and said they had a girl over running a train. I go over there, and when it was my turn, I opened the door, and you know the rest. That was 46 years ago, and it never happened to me again. Experience is a great teacher. A fool learns no other way. You got to stay safe out there.
Unpopular opinion, women are actually not the only people inside of relationships who actually get fed up. Now, the biggest question is, what happens whenever a man gets fed up? Whenever he gets fed up with dealing with your attitude day in and day out, when he gets tired of the nagging, whenever that man gets tired of begging you to let him lead, whenever he's tired of defending himself against accusations that you've made up in your head, and now he got a whole story that he got to defend himself against because you've overthought a scenario that actually isn't real. What happens whenever that man gets tired of you providing him a whole bunch of grief and not peace? What happens whenever he wants you to actually show up to be this woman that you pretended to be for a little bit and that you're actually not, but he wants you to take accountability and apologize because you told him that you're not like the rest of them? What happens whenever he gets tired? That man is going to tap out on you mentally and emotionally. He's already gone, and then he's going to leave out of the door physically. And you just lost your good man because you didn't know how to show up to be the partner that you actually portrayed to be in order to get him. Shouldn't you just be that good partner to keep your good man?
Tell me your biggest secret.
I'm cheating on my boyfriend with like 5 other guys.
I'm confused how he doesn't know.
Because I have a separate account.
Well, why not just break up with your boyfriend?
Because I love her.
I'm here with you. I'm here with you, all right? I'm going to start an ambulance over here to us, okay? All right, bud? Hey, no. Hey, if I send you, it's nothing on you, okay? State of Connecticut covers that.
With the vet who's on the suicide hotline.
Hey. Sorry, man. Hey. Do you have anything on you?
No.
Okay, is it alright if I check in? Cool. Any deployments, bud?
One.
One? Okay, dude. It's a tough time for everyone in your position, alright? Relax, though. Hey, I'm here with you, okay? I'm here. Yeah.
Is there anything I can do to help you?
Use a hug.
I'll give you a hug. Seems like you got a lot going on, man. It's all right. It's all right, man.
I said, do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah, I actually do. We're coming on to our 5th anniversary in September.
You down to find out if your girlfriend is on any dating apps right now?
Oh, yeah, dude. I'm a little nervous, especially because we're coming up on our 5th anniversary. If I see her on this app, I'm gonna flip.
Is this?
What do you mean?
Is this your girlfriend? Like,
what are you talking?
Is that her? Like, are those her pictures?
Is this fake or what? What the fuck? That's her. Holy fuck.
Those are her pictures though. Like,
I gotta fucking take a seat. Oh my god. Oh my god. 4 years.
Does he need to make a certain amount of money?
I never kind of really thought about that for real. I can't make more money than my man, if that makes sense. So I would say like 100,000 a year. I'm not really like a bougie type of person. Like he got to make 6 figures. He got to do this. Like no, because I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like asking a dude for a Louis Vuitton bag. You can't buy the bag yourself. So I'm kind of like just open to it, but I just can't make more money than him.
Okay. You said that he can't. Does he need to make 100K a year or more?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he needs to make 100K a year or more.
Yes.
Okay, to get at you. Below 7. You know, just for conversation's sake, do you know the average income of a man in America? Or a person in America? You don't know the average income. What do you think? What do you believe it is? What do you believe average is?
I would say 150.
You hold on. For a single person.
Yeah.
You think the 150K a year is the average annual income for an American man?
Yeah, I'll say.
Somebody
said 50,000, 50,000, 55,000?
Yeah. You're about 100K off.
Oh, wow.
So this is where we got to manage our expectations when we're looking for love. You know what I mean? Like we got to be a bit more realistic with it. That's why I was kind of trying to work you down because I want you to I want you to have the best opportunity to find love out here. But if a man hears 100K and he's interested in you, he may not even come to approach because he understands what he makes and he may have an okay lifestyle that he lives. He might be investing, he might be saving, he might be a homeowner, he may have a lot of things going for himself. But when we hear women sometimes put that stipulation, I ain't worried about it. But when men hear that, put that stipulation, it can be one of those barriers they're not willing to even like try to get through.
Download the Kendra G Singles dating app now, where you can find real love and your person. Available on iPhones and Android phones.
And he talked about managing expectations when looking for love. The average income is 150. They're not paying attention and they don't care to. And so what modern women will get out here and do is pop off at the mouth of a man that's doing pretty well. That man making 80, 85,000. He's doing pretty well for any of American, not just men or men and women, any American, both of them. I'm doing pretty well, almost double the average of what a man would make. A man is making $150,000 a year. He's making over 3 times the average amount. And you're saying an average income, the bare minimum is 150. And the thing is, when a man tells them that, they still don't care. They still don't care. They'll find ways to cope with it. They'll find ways to get around it and say, well, my man is going to be making that much, so I'll just hold out until I find one. Delusional.
You couldn't put 2 neurotic people together.
No, that's why lesbian relationships don't last. But it is why.
Gonna get clipped.
Because about 75% of divorces are initiated by women. And the simplest explanation for that is that on average, the most unhappy person in the relationship is going to be the woman. Well, why? Well, because on average, she has higher levels of negative emotion. That doesn't necessarily mean that negative emotion doesn't reflect problems in the relationship.
Yeah.
But she's going to be more sensitive to that. Well, so if you put two women together, well, what do you think happens?
Maybe it's because men are easier to please. I mean, men just want to get laid, get their food, get their house taken care of and everything. Maybe it's because women now, because a lot of the men are betas, are expected to go to work, and now they got to come home and still take care of the kids. So not only do they have to work, but they also have to come home and take care of the kids. So they have to do two jobs, and they feel like this isn't fair, so they initiate divorces quicker. It's not necessarily because they're neurotic or they're emotionally unhappy. It's probably because when it comes to being married, I think men have the better end of the deal. So if you guys want a better marriage, here's what I would suggest. Let women be women, let men be men. Pick the right one in the first place, and let's restore the nuclear family. Let's get back to some old traditional roles, or just don't get married.
But what does let a woman be a woman mean? You know what I mean? You can say a lot and then nothing at all. What does that mean? Because we always hear women say, well, I'm redefining what it is to be a woman. I'm empowered to do this, and I'm empowered to go here, and I'm empowered to go do this, and this. And guess who is going to be behind that? A man. Okay, yeah, sure. I can step up, take care of the kids. Yeah, sure. Whatever. We've seen this story play out before. Modern women complain about how they're not empowered enough in their career. They're not empowered enough in their marriage. I want to go out. I want to start my own business. I want to do X, Y, and Z. Really what they mean that they be trying to project onto the men is, I want to leave all of the duties to you. The child rearing, the doctor's appointments, all of that. How about you be the stay-at-home husband? You play that role. And the man says, cool, I'll do it. And they start doing it. And then the woman nitpicks that. She's upset about that. Or they say, well, I don't like a man that he stays at home all day. I like my man to have a job. Yeah, I'll go back and get a job. I mean, I had a job before, but I thought you said you wanted me to stay at the house. Well, I did, but it's just something about when I think about my dad and my great granddad and my great granddad and my double, triple, quadruple great granddad, then they all worked and they had strong backs and all that other foolishness. So the man goes back to work, takes him a little while to get back up that ramp, but he starts making as much or more, and then he's still taking care of the house, the kids, all that other stuff, and she's doing a minority of the work. She's still unhappy because for some reason the man is still not doing how she wants him to do it. She's always going to be unhappy because she's an unhappy person. She watches too much TV. Comparison is the thief of joy, and that's what a lot of modern women have bad. So it's always, even if it's with their man, I'm always trying to compete with him and outdo him. I never relax. I never say, you know what, we're going to make it to the top together. It's because I have an attitude problem. So this is when we get in here and start calling men betas, because men check out of it, because men stop dealing with it, because men stop hanging around her. Oh, she looks like she got a problem today. We already know that there are men that will not come in the house for 15 to 20 minutes when they get home. I'm trying to decompress because I know when I walk in this house, it's going to be a problem. Well, I've heard people, instead of walking inside the house, or instead of sitting out there, why don't you walk inside the house and take command? Or you cannot be a loser. How about that? You can stop doing stupid stuff and causing chaos. You can think about the other person and not just yourself and say, now what is my man gonna want? What do you want? Oh, do we have to guess? No, we don't have to guess. Because a modern woman is going to tell you what she wants. Well, I would like to come home to a nice clean house. Dinner's already ready. The kids, they got their baths. They might be working on homework. Well, they probably going to be done with the homework by that time. But homework, shower, they might be in their room reading. A candle lit on the table. Lights dim. Kitchen clean. Floors mopped. Swept. Dog fed. Chain, whatever you want to do. all of it is taken care of, so I can come home and, oh, by the way, run me a bubble bath. So I can come home from a hard day at work and do nothing. Oh, and by the way, you were working too. You came home and did all of that and never complained. You never heard the man online talking about it. But again, it's because the man's a beta, right? It's because the man ain't stepping up, right? It's because the man ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing, right? The heck out of here.
I think that any man that's in the dating world that thinks that a woman with children is baggage shouldn't be dating. And I think that that's an insult to motherhood. And
How is it insulting? If you're a single mother dating a man with no kids, at some point you are expecting this man to provide and protect your kid. If he doesn't do that, you're not really going to look at him as a man. Now, does this man have authority to discipline your kids?
I would call my baby daddy and he will be getting his ass beat.
Okay, so
Because you're not touching my son. You're my boyfriend. That's just not going to happen.
No.
That's
Yeah,
my
there it is.
child.
The part that's crazy is you can't see that another man has to take on all of this responsibility, but he doesn't have the same authority as the man that you're not even with.
That's his business and that's what he
So
does. And
this is why it's an L. Responsibility without authority is essentially slavery. And it's like 2 against 1. This come home walking on eggshells. Oh, dang, I gotta please her and please this little bad, little nasty, little gremlin looking kid. Dang, I gotta please both of y'all. He's in the ultimate form of simpery.
Yes, I agree. No simp zone, no simp zone, no simp zone.
You know how we say it take a village to raise a child? But what if the village is what you think it's going to produce?
Oh my god.
Hey, if a chick got friendly kids, the first time you walk over there and the kids don't run and hide, they run to you like, hey, you don't know you from McKenna Bank.
Oh, yeah, they met plenty niggas.
Yeah, they know them.
I ain't never think about it like that.
Guys, my husband is so cute and nice. He just told me that he doesn't post me on social media because he doesn't want anybody to steal me. Right, baby?
Right.
Got to be forklift certified to steal her.
I'm not going to judge you based off your sign, though. I like you. I like your vibe. I like your energy. Tell me more about yourself. Do you have kids?
We swallow the kids. We don't have the kids.
Wait, whoa.
Either the toilet or the throat. We don't have the kids. Or let it dry up on the carpet. But yeah, no kids. We can't do the kids.
Oh my gosh.
That's a lot of work.
You don't want no kids?
Oh no, baby.
When it act like he can't choose between one or two things, sometimes you gotta give him the alternator. Like sometimes make him pick. Like either this or that. Give him the alternator.
What is this? What is this for?
Listen, some of y'all ain't gonna say it out loud, but we all know somebody who look just like this. I'm talking just like. I know a BM that look just like this on mother.
Every time I'm around a guy and his friends, I get so jealous of them. So jealous. Like, I will never experience that kind of friendship or companionship. And as much as girls like to say online, they're like, no, I support other women. I love girls. Like, I'm a girl's girl. Like, that crap. It's not real. No one actually carries it out. No one actually, even though they believe this concept, it is not shown through their actions. And I know it makes me sound like a pick-me and like an attention seeker. Like, yeah, like all of these girls hate me. Everyone is so jealous of me. I know that's how it sounds, but like genuinely, like I'm not a freaking idiot. Like you can kind of tell when someone low-key doesn't like you and they're just being nice to you, but they can't stand you. I promise I'm not as insufferable as I seem online. Like I'm genuinely a nice person and I give everyone a chance, but like, gosh, it is so lonely. I realize I'm not gonna have any bridesmaids at my wedding. I have my sisters and those are probably the only women that will end up in my life because girls are so competitive and so catty and everything is passive. No one will ever be direct with how they feel. And it makes me sad because I don't know how I'm ever supposed to feel fulfilled in that capacity. All of my friendships have been cooked in one way, shape, or form. And the root cause has always been someone has been jealous. There was some sort of resentment that was growing that was never confronted. But why were they resentful? Because they were jealous of something I was doing or my social media, which sounds so pick-me and disingenuous, I know. But like, that's just what happened. I promise this isn't a self-pity rant, but I figured someone else has to be experiencing this. I cannot be the only person that is completely antisocial.
Women are queens of self-sabotage. You even see in the comments here, there was this guy I liked on the first date, so I ghosted him. You can never really overthink anything that a woman does. They don't know what they do. There is never any reason why you should ever be emotional about a woman. These are literally self-destructing creatures. If she likes you, she's going to throw the whole relationship away. That's how it works. And the same concept where if a girl likes you, she's going to make you wait to give you the box. But if she doesn't like you and doesn't see you as boyfriend material, she give you the box in the first date, the first month that you know her. It's just this unrelated dynamic that women just have. Like, it's complex and it's just irregular and it's just not meant to be understood. There is nothing really you should worry about when it comes to a woman, because literally, the better of a guy you are, the better quality guy you are, the higher chance that you're struggling in dating. Because women are literally self-sabotaging. Every single time a woman gets with a man that makes her feel any form of inferior, because, oh, you're taking care of yourself better, you know, you hold yourself to a certain standard, you're so reliable, anything that can make a woman feel like, I know there's something wrong with me and this guy is too good. And if he's with me, and I know something's wrong with me, it must mean something's wrong with him. It's just how their mind works, bro. It's so backwards. It's literally, you would think it would be, wow, he treats me right. This is great chemistry. Let me invest in it and see where it goes. No, it's literally, everything is going well. Let me throw it all away. That's just how women can be. And a lot of times, women like this, they're just not really well mentally. A lot of women are psychologically ill. They're mentally ill. So keep that in mind as well, too. You're in a dating market with women. They're probably taking medication, not even telling you, because women like this, they're not emotionally healthy. But there's a lot of women in this space. I'm telling you, in the market, there's a lot of women like this. And they come from two-parent homes. It's not just the women from single-parent homes. No, there's literally women, even from two-parent homes, that still have this type of self-destructive nature. So when you deal with a woman, that's why you can never be so overly emotionally invested, because you just never know when she's going to pull away. And it can happen in the blink of an eye. So trust on baddies only. Don't rely on a woman emotionally. Never. Even, I don't care if she's your wife. You just never put everything emotionally into a woman. You have to keep a certain part of yourself tucked away in a reservoir, because you just never know when a woman's going to pull away just for you being a great guy. It's trust my baddies only.
And you know, a lot of these women that say, oh, I'm going to make him wait because I like him, what they're trying to do is form a connection. And they think to you as a man, you should say, oh, thank you. Now that I have a connection, so our intimacy is going to be better. When I got with that man, our intimacy was good, but it wasn't what it's going to be. When I really like you, I'm going to throw a little bit more oomph into it. Like, you know, when people say, oh, well, they cook with love. This is what modern women believe about their body. It's like, when I really do it with love, you're going to be blown away. Like, I'm not going to lay there and just let you do your thing. Well, I don't care whether you lay there or not. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I still don't want to have to wait and be a loser. That's what you're not getting. I still don't want to have to pay for everything that you just willingly gave to somebody else. It's backwards. That's the backwards thinking that men don't like. And you sitting up here trying to sell me on the idea of backwards thinking, and men are not getting on board with that.
Well, no, I'm not, because I put him in the friend zone for months, where he stayed dry, crusty, gasping for air, thirsty, man. And he still stayed. Exactly. Don't play with me, bitch. I know who the I am.
I say this time and time again, a woman will waste your time if you let her. You know damn well your dumb ass don't want to be in the friend zone, but you saying, let me wait it out. Maybe if I stay in the friend zone, I could get in the end zone. Nah, it's not happening. Women will treat you like this because they know you gullible as stupid. Y'all really be our own worst enemy. Like, I always say, mess with women who like you. Stop trying to shoot out your SMV and thinking, oh, I could get her. I'm going to play the long game. She's going to waste your time, use you up, and this is what she be sending in the group chat. And no, I don't be feeling bad for y'all dumbass. Like, oh, bro, like, she hurt me and I tried to shoot my shot and she shot me down. Your dumbass knew better, bro.
I'm a huge proponent for two major things when I'm in a relationship, and that is studying your partner and being a servant. I love to serve. I don't get into relationships just to see what someone can do for me. I enjoy doing things for people that I care about. And if someone cares about you, they will enjoy doing those things for you. You won't necessarily have to ask. Of course, nobody's a mind reader, but I'm saying that to say, study your partner. If a man takes you out to eat, look and see what he orders. Look and see what he likes. Look and see what he doesn't like. When you guys are out and about, pay attention to the little things. How nice would it be then you plan the day and you said, hey, why don't you come over? I'm going to make dinner. And then you make the things that he likes. Naturally, of course, you can just ask the man what he likes. But how good would that make a person feel to say, hey, this person sees me. This person is really genuinely getting to know me. I'm not just a financial support system for them. And I'm not a man, of course, I could be wrong, but I feel like that would be nice to feel like you're heard or you're seen or you're respected. And gentlemen, fact of the matter is, when women really care about you, she's going to try to do those things for you anyway. So pay attention. Don't get caught up with someone where you're doing all the giving and you get nothing in return because she doesn't like you for real. But be patient with each other. Serve each other, because it could all be so beautiful. It'll never be perfect, but it'll be beautiful.
You guys be acting like there's no such a thing as full-time dads. You know the difference between a full-time dad and a full-time mom? The full-time fathers do not come online and moan like the mothers do. That's why the dads don't get the recognitions that the mothers do. That's why Mother's Day is a more big of a deal than Father's Day, because fathers don't complain. They get up and get to it. When their kid doesn't have anything, they don't come online and, you know what I'm saying, belittle their baby mom. No, they get up and they work and they figure it out. That's the difference between a baby mother and a baby father. Dang, these lashes fucked up. But tighten up.
I got a question. So if we break up and I'm the villain in your story, okay, I'm not perfect. It's cool. It's cool. I get it. Shit happens. But because I'm so-called the issue, I remove myself. I'm not around. My name ain't in it. I'm not there. So if I'm no longer there and you still having the same issues, what that mean?
I'd rather eat my dinner off of a paper plate in the middle of our living room, sitting on the floor with my husband, if it means that I get to do that with him. When my husband and I got engaged, I went to a bridal show and Bed Bath & Beyond was there. I signed up for a registry. I didn't know any better. Never been engaged before. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how expensive this store was. My husband was working. For those of you that don't know, he is a heavy equipment operator for an excavation company, so he works a lot of hours, and there are many times where I have to do many things by myself, or I'll have to ask somebody to do things with me because he's working. So my mom went with me to Bed Bath & Beyond, and we got there, and the guy hands me the little scanner. I'm going around and I'm scanning things. We were probably in there for 45 minutes to an hour. We walk back to his office, and we sit down, and he had made a comment. He said, well, why'd you scan these plates instead of these plates? He said, well, first off, they're cheaper. And secondly, my husband and I have been together for 4 years at this point. I know that people wanted to buy us things. Multiple people reach out to me and say, please scan certain things on your registry so we know what to get you. I looked at this guy and I smiled and I said, to be completely honest with you, sir, I don't really need anything in this store, because I could eat dinner on paper plates with my husband for the rest of my life and I'd be perfectly satisfied. The guy looked at me and he smiled so big. I'll never forget his face. He said, young lady, you are the reason my marriages work. And I said, what do you mean? He said, this couple was in there a week prior and were in there for 4 hours and they couldn't decide on what bath towels. I don't care if my stuff's mismatched. I don't care about any of that. I genuinely just care about spending time with my husband. So at the end of the day, what's more important? What kind of plates you're eating your dinner off of, or the person you're spending time with?
Invisible costs that women pay to exist that men don't even think about. All right, well, let's take a look. Beauty expectations, waxing, brows, hair, laser. Yeah, you don't need this to exist, actually. You could just look natural. The pink tax, same product, same ingredients, higher price. Well, then just buy the male product if you've recognized this. At this point, if you still buy female products, that's an issue. The price of periods, pads, tampons. Yeah, these require raw materials. So here are all the raw materials and tampons alone. If you can manage to start a company, source the raw materials, package the products, and give it to women for free, Be our guest. Workplace bias. Dress professionally. Yeah, men have to dress professionally too, sweetheart. You wanted equal treatment, you get equal treatment, and then you cry discrimination. The cost of safety. Taxis instead of walking. Oh yeah, no, because men don't pay for safety. It's not like men are experiencing assault and violence at a higher rate than women. Oh, wait, yeah, they are. The motherhood penalty. Career pauses, slower growth, smaller pensions. Well, you all did this to yourselves. Women were happier under the patriarchy, statistically, and then feminists had the bright idea to fight for the right to work alongside men in the workforce. The price of aging. Oh yeah, because men don't age. Just women out here aging. Anti-aging marketed to us before we even... Same thing to men. It's the same stuff. It's just that we're smart enough to not believe that some cream is going to stop us from aging. That is just so tough.
Whew, get a load of this. She sent her friend home after she was turned away for her weight. She and her friends went to a club together to celebrate New Year's Eve. When they arrived at the entrance, the staff told them that one of the friends who was overweight would have to pay an additional $300 to be allowed inside. The group discussed the situation for some time, but ultimately decided to send that friend home instead and pay for her Uber. And they stayed to go into the club. Here's my question. Why are you calling these people your friends, baby girl? You understand? Number one, ain't no conversation need to be had. Yes, this is New Year's Eve. Yes, you are overweight. But if your friends are talking about you need to get in the Uber so they can go inside, these ain't your friends. As friends, y'all should all leave and boycott the spot since they're trying to charge a big girl fee and go somewhere else where you are celebrated and not tolerated. I wish I would get them people $300. And I wish I would have a group of friends to say, hey, big dog, we gonna go inside, but we'll pay for your Uber for you to get home. All right, bet. This will be the last time we ever have a conversation. You understand me? This is her after they made the decision to send the big girl home. That's crazy. I was right. I voted, and 77% of people said they would leave with their friend. 21% said all split to pay to help your friend because y'all want to be in the club. And then 2% of them said, leave your friends to go inside. Those are people you got to watch out for. I need to see the people who voted for that so I can keep them away from my life. This is outrageous. What are you guys' thoughts? This kind of teaches you, though, you don't really be friends with people. You just know them sometimes. Sometimes you've just known each other for a long time and y'all are not friends. For this to be a decision, I get it's New Year's Eve. But this is how you want to bring the new year in, partying with a bunch of strangers as opposed to the people that you came with that helped you build. Man, that's outrageous. $300 to charge an overweight woman, anybody, $300 to get in is crazy. I heard women have a hard time in clubs, but I didn't know it was like this. Ladies, do y'all have any horror stories of a situation similar to this or something where you've been discriminated against getting into a club? And if so, tell me in the comments. I want to know. Thanks so much for watching this clip. There is way more to this clip than what you see here. If you'd like to see this episode or even join a community of other like-minded people like yourself, click here and join us. We're always waiting for you.
And he asked a really good question. It's like a question that most people would have asked, and they did ask. It's like, why are you calling these people your friend? Well, because modern women are, they're social. They don't really mean friends sometimes. I think I heard that today. Like somebody saying, oh, we're good friends, and it was a woman. I was like, no, y'all are not. y'all are acquaintances. But, it's just, they say a lot of stuff, right? They say a lot of words. And even though they're playing off of those words, the status of those words could change at any time. Literally, they can make a post in 30 seconds. It could all be done. I was looking at a girl's Instagram that we know, and I was reading it, and I think it was early part of last year. And I think she was saying, update, my life is good. And she was showing her man and one of her best friends. And then I kind of talked to my wife about it. I mentioned to my wife and I said, what a difference a few months makes. They had completely fallen out in like the next few months. Literally completely fallen out after saying, oh, we're best friends, we're this, we're that. They're just talking. They just say a lot of stuff. when it's like, oh yeah, we're on the same vibe, so they're trustworthy. You know how women do. You know how some of these women are doing. They say, whoa, I like cookies and cream. She likes cookies and cream. I like chocolate. She likes chocolate. We literally think the same. We are literally the same person. And they'll be infatuated with each other. And I don't mean in a romantic way. I just mean in a way of wanting to talk to that person all the time, every day, for hours on end, just wanting to know about that person and them to know about you. And once again, this is nothing romantic. This is just women talking to each other. And they're still not friends. They're just infatuated with each other. It's just a trend, is all it is. Oh yeah, I met these girls and we linked up. Now, it's not to say that some of these women, they don't have friends, like actual legit friends, but I only trying to explain to you that modern women can say a lot. They can say a lot and don't none of it be true. So why are you still messing around with these people if they're not your friend? Well, they probably never were in the first place, or else they wouldn't have done that. We know that. But they probably never were going to do that. They just kind of let her hang around, but they were probably talking about her behind her back and talking about her weight and how she's ugly and this and that. And when it came time to show their true colors, it was easy for them to do that because they really didn't like her in the first place. So, no, they're not. They're not your friends. They're not your friends. You just coming along for whatever reason, but no, they don't really like you like that.
All my black folks, come. I have a question because we all have to self-reflect, do shadow work, and heal and understand this. Now, as a grown-ass adult, let's think back to when we were kids, okay? This where it gets deep. Who do you feel did more harm to you in your upbringing? Your black mother or your black father? And I want to know why, but I'll go first. For me personally, I feel like my mother did more harm than my father. The reason why is because my mother was set in her ways a lot of the times. A lot of the things that I saw growing up that my mom was doing versus my dad was doing, I adopted a lot of the things that my mom did versus the things that my dad did. With that being said, I learned how to self-sabotage. I learned how to hold on to people I didn't need to hold on to. I learned how to have faith in something that isn't real. I learned how to be delusional. I learned how to be narcissistic. I learned how to be, ultimately, I learned how to be a miserable black woman. If I would have listened to my dad or was more around my dad than my mom, because I always wanted to be around my mom because it was lenient over there. I could do whatever I wanted to at my mom's house for the most part. It's not like I could just do whatever, but I was able to get away with a lot more at my mom's house than my dad's house. And that's it right there. People don't like structure. People don't like authority. People don't like that's conducive to them being a better person or to put them at a higher level in life. A lot of the time, the black fathers are the ones that are trying to put their kids in positions to never need or want for anything. You know what I'm saying? It's not really the mother who is pushing that ideology onto their children.
I'm 32 and I feel like I'm officially in that phase where everyone around me is either getting married, having their second kid, or buying a house in the suburbs. I've been seeing this guy for about 4 months. He's genuinely a good man. He shows up for me. He plans actual dates. He's stable. He's kind. He wants a real future. Issue is, he's not my type at all. I keep waiting for that spark, that I can't keep my hands off you feeling. And it's just not hitting. I don't get the butterflies. I don't feel that magnetic pull I felt with past guys. But here's the kicker. The guys who gave me that spark were in the same ones who gave me anxiety, mixed signals, and heartbreak. So now I'm torn between the guy who is emotionally safe and the part of me that still wants passion. Can attraction actually grow? Or am I trying to convince myself because I'm 32, everyone else has settled down, and I'm scared of missing my chance with someone who's objectively great for me? I don't want to hurt him, and I don't want to lie to myself either. What do I do?
Have the balls to apologize. It takes more manhood to pick up a phone and apologize than it does to just move on. And a lot of us have a tendency to just move on with our lives, and you have burned so many bridges and hurt so many situations. As a man, you've hurt people. Some things you might have said to your wife that might have hurt her. Have the balls to apologize. That's manhood. Don't think manhood is this tough guy act where I don't apologize to nobody. Come on, man, that's trash. Man is a man with some type of integrity. If you hurt somebody, manhood is going back and saying, you know what? I'm sorry about that. My bad. Man, as a man, you shouldn't be walking around with bloody boots. As a man, you shouldn't be walking around with bloody boots, stomping on people.
Yeah, man. I ended up apologizing to somebody that I didn't think really deserved it. I had done a lot for reconciliation. It's really not reconciliation in terms of kind of, you know, coming together with that person again, or talking to that person anymore, you know, just having any type of relationship with that person. It's more so reconciliation along the lines of, hey, I acknowledge my part in this, and I want to, you know, call you up and apologize to you. Make everything right on my side. You don't ever got to accept it. This is just an exercise for me, right? And, you know, once again, like I said, I felt like I had already done that, but I reached out and I did it again. And I said, hey, not only am I apologizing, but I'm sorry for this, and this. I was specific about it, right? Instead of saying, well, I'm sorry about everything that happened, or I'm sorry if you felt like there was something that was done wrong to you. No, none of that. I'm going to stand on my own, and I'm going to say, hey, I apologize for disrespecting you like this or in this way. And it's up to you whether you want to accept the apology or not. But that's going to be a springboard for me to move on with my life and do whatever I'm doing. And that's in fact what happened, right? I went out there, I did that. And, you know, there was a couple of doors that were, you know, kind of closed to me after that. Those doors, they just opened. And I said, well, it's my time to shine. Walked right through those doors, and, you know, some things you got to learn, still some challenges in life, but you're able to unlock different doors and access different places in your life because you've decided, hey, I'm going to take authority over this portion of my life. I'm going to take control, and I'm going to say, well, you know, let me take accountability. And it teaches you a lesson. And so now when you come to that door that was locked, you got the keys to open that door and go through it because you learned that lesson. You searched, you found the key to what was necessary and what really mattered. And now you can unlock that door and reap all the benefits that's behind that door, of course, until you come to the next lesson that you need to learn. And then you got to search for that key as well. But yeah, man, this is just one of the things that you need to do. Definitely learn to just apologize, you know, without expecting anybody else to apologize back to you. And, you know, honestly and truly start expecting a halfway apology. Oh yeah. I'm sorry too. Or I'm sorry about, you know, like I said, that it happened this way. You know, because some people say that, and they say that because they don't think that they're wrong. They say that because they don't want to take accountability. Oh, I'm sorry everything happened the way it did, or, you know, I'm sorry if you felt that way. They know why you felt the way you felt, but they just don't care. And even if they do care, they care more about their feelings than what happened to you and yours. So, yeah, man, you just say your apologies, make it all right with them or whoever it is that you offended, and move on down the road and make your money.